Here we go. Can you hear this? Okay. Joe, is it in your earphones? The cameraman's supposed to be able to hear us too?
Teamwork from the Arlington boys varsity team. Well done, lads.
Get Jeff's camera ready. If there's a replay, it'll be on that. Should I start recording?
Administration, the student body of Arlington High School, and the athletic director, John Welcome to the Pierce Field for tonight's matchup between the Brooklyn Rockets from Reading Memorial High School and your Arlington Spy Ponders.
We're back on the old school thing. Can you hear that? All right, let's go. So welcome to the Arlington Boys Varsity Soccer Night, the senior night here for the match at Pierce Field. The match between the Rockets from Reading Memorial High School and your Arlington Spy Ponders. First, we'd like to thank and recognize the Reading coaches and players who are competing against us tonight. It's a friendly, always competitive rivalry. Let's please offer a special round of applause for Reading seniors. Tonight, we celebrate the incredible journey of the Arlington senior players and recognize some special teachers who have had profound impacts on their lives. First, let's honor our senior players who have poured their hearts and souls into representing our school on the soccer field. These young men have displayed dedication, leadership, and unwavering determination. They've been more than just athletes, they've been role models for their teammates, embodying sportsmanship and teamwork. As we acknowledge these seniors, we want to express our gratitude to beloved teachers who have inspired and guided them throughout their academic journeys. These teachers' passion for education and mentorship has left a lasting impression on our senior players. These teachers are with us here tonight. And let us not forget the parents. Often unsung heroes whose countless hours of cheering, driving, and overall support provides the foundation for all of these successes. Led by our unparalleled coach of 24 years, Lance Yazio, and joining the team this year, assistant coach Steve Campanella, let's introduce our seniors who will be joined by their families as well as some favorite teachers who have been an integral part of our soccer family. Wearing number 11, Captain Peter Clardy. Peter is accompanied by his parents Victoria and Tom, his sisters Jane and Eva, and is joined by his 4th grade teacher Sandra Bergantz. Wearing number 5, Captain Aiden Connolly. Aiden is accompanied by his parents Sonia and Dennis, and is also joined by his high school math teacher for 3 years, Jessica Tupin. Wearing number 3, Captain Johnny Pang. Johnny is accompanied by his parents, Li Ping and Chris, and joined by his Spanish teacher, Matthew Sincata. Wearing number 13, Luke Headland. Luke is accompanied by his parents, Miley and Peter, and is also joined by his calculus teacher, Dr. Thomas McCauley. Wearing number 8, Dennis Keneally. Dennis is accompanied by his parents, Beth and Terrence, his brother Patrick, sister Elise, and grandmother Jane. He'll also be joined by his English teacher, Elizabeth Harple. Wearing number 25, Horace Kennedy. Horace is accompanied by his parents, Susanna and Scott, his brother Jeffrey, and accompanied by his Spanish instructor, Senora Maria Arevalo. Wearing number 6, Gideon Lawrence. Gideon is accompanied by his parents, Gabriella and Adam, sister June, and is also thanking Matthew Sincata. And it looks like maybe wearing number 20 tonight, Cameron Levine. Cam is accompanied by his parents, Elizabeth and John, along with AHS teacher Mark Regan. Wearing number 18, Harry Malloy. Harry is accompanied by his parents, Karen and Mark, his brother Jerry, and joined by Lindsay McPherson. Wearing number 4, Rand Markovsky. Rand is accompanied by his parents, Alex and Ari, along with his 3rd grade teacher, Siobhan Foley. Wearing number 10, Jacob Naylor. Jacob is accompanied by his parents, Lisa and Chris, with special thanks also to Senora Maria Arevalo. And wearing number 20, Andres Sandoval Alvarez. Andres is accompanied by his parents, Guadalupe and Andres, with special thanks also to Mark Reagan. Finally, we also recognize and thank Senior Team Manager Ronan Bobazinski. Let's have a nice round of applause for all of our seniors, their teachers, and their parents for years of dedication and hard work for Arlington soccer. Of course. And now it's time for the starting lineups. For Reading, we have freshman number 2, Teddy Palm. Sophomore number 15, Dominic Lure. Junior number 13, Jacob Frank. Senior number 7, Clay Chase. Senior number 11, Leo Diedrich. Senior number 6, David McCann. Senior number 10, Nicholas Miragianis. Senior number 21, Jake Nolte. Senior number 8, Kapil Shastri. And senior number 88, Jack Chapin. And starting tonight for the Ponders, in goal, junior number 99, Shea Paletti Newton. In the back, we have junior number 2, Rohan McCollin. Senior number 4, Rand Markovsky. Senior number 13, Luke Hedlund. And senior captain number 5, Aiden Connolly. In the midfield tonight, we have senior number 6, Gideon Lawrence. Senior number 8, Dennis Keneally. Senior number 10, Jacob Naylor. Senior captain number 3, Johnny the Flash Pang. Senior captain number 11, Peter Flaherty. And at striker, senior number 20, Andres Sandoval Alvarez. Let's move on this.
Okay, I can give you a ride there and that. I can give him the ride there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Warren A. Pierce Field for tonight's matchup, late season matchup between Arlington Spy Ponders and Reading Memorial High School Rockets. It is October 16th, 6:15 p.m. I'm joined in the booth by Josh Katzman, along with producer Raj. cameraman Joe, and a team of AV experts to bring you this production. So tonight we have Arlington coming in with a record of 9-2-3. Their power ranking is 22nd, and that's in Division 1. Last 3 games, they're 2-0-1. Now, Josh, these teams met, it feels like about a month or 5 weeks ago. And since that game, Arlington has been on a streak of not losing. They've won 3 and tied 2. And in that game, Arlington did take the victory 3-1. Reading comes in with a record of 6-6. Also a power ranking of 22, except in Division 2. This comes into play when we talk about the seedings and the postseason. A little bit cold since they last met. Arlington 1-3 in their last 4 matches, but having a decent season altogether, and as it stands right now, are sitting in the playoffs in the Division 2 by virtue of their number 22 ranking, Josh.
And Alex, it's a fun night. It's senior night here at Pierce Field, and as you mentioned, the Reading and Arlington game last meetup was actually a sort of an odd game for the teams back in the end of September. It was in Concord Carlisle for the Kicks for Cancer, so it was Reading's home game, but actually played at the Concord Carlisle turf, and so. I've heard from some of the parents and some of the players that it was a well-played, strong match, and Reading coming in not by virtue of it being senior night, but has a whole slew of seniors, and so an experienced team on the field. We're looking at 6 seniors starting or 7 seniors actually starting for Reading tonight for senior night. We only have 1 junior starting in the field of play. That's Rohan McAuliffe starting him back for Arlington, and Shea Paletti Newton starting in goal as he has done most of the season. So we expect a hard-fought game here. And right off the bat, first touch from Arlington comes from the junior Rohan, and Reading making some moves, trying to put some pressure on, and Arlington clearing it up deep.
Yes, Josh, both producer Raj and myself were there for the previous game. It was a real good game. Arlington eventually won 3-1. All goals were in the second half. There was a goal off of a corner kick, and as well as 2 goals that were the direct result of long balls played over the Reading defense in the second half, where the Arlington, the tenacity of the pressing, eventually eroded some cracks in the Reading defense, and they wound up with a 3-1 victory that day.
And it's a less than a minute in, Reading with the first corner kick of the game here, setting up. They've dropped 8 guys deep, and the ball's up and picked off by Shea. Bounce out, but ball's bouncing around, playing ping pong off a bunch of heads. Kicked down, and it's still in the Arlington box, and it's eventually cleared right there. And there's Gideon Lawrence using his body to sort of clear back. Reading plays it back deep. Resetting, good control from Reading number 2 there.
Josh, these seniors are eager to show everybody what they can do tonight.
It is. It's a fun tradition in Arlington. I love that the boys walk out with their favorite, some of the not favorite, but the most impactful teachers for them. So each year at senior night, a group of teachers comes out. So shout out to the Arlington teachers who have worked with our sons and daughters for years and done it very well by them. So nice to see them get recognized tonight by the players as well. And Captain Peter Clorty takes a good rip, funny deflection off the Reading player, but the keeper picks it up on the line.
Josh, I'll second that. I recognize some of those teachers, and I can absolutely vouch for their quality and the impact they've had on the lives of our children and the youth of Arlington.
And right here, couple of Arlington players playing with broken hands. So we've had 2 recent hand breaks from Arlington players. Gideon Lawrence and Peter Clorty both wearing big padded casts on their hands after breaking them in the BC High and Winchester games. So hopefully nothing like that happens for either team tonight. And played back, looks like we got a throw-in coming in for Arlington just inside our half.
So observations from the prior game, like I mentioned, the 2 balls over the top. It was a game mostly played in the middle third. Big long throw from Aiden Conley there, but that's the kind of play by putting their defense under pressure, making them run, with their back towards the field, that directly caused the 2 goals for the Spy Ponders.
So interesting to see if the Ponders continue with that. That throw from Connolly suggests they're looking to press early as well. Looks like we've got a foul around midfield going Reading's way.
And that throw, if any indication, went about 25 yards, which is an ample length for one of my favorite plays, Josh, the throw-in / corner kick from deep in the opponent's territory.
And unfortunately tonight, I believe on the injury report we have, and looks like an offsides called right there. The Arlington line held tight. But I believe Nolan Koopman, who typically is one of the solid center backs for Arlington with that long sort of corner kick throw-in, is on the sideline injured tonight. So we don't have the official word on Nolan, but he's not playing tonight. So it'll be interesting. Arlington talking to Coach before the game with a very deep bench. So Coach was feeling pretty confident. He said all the guys starting tonight have all been playing good minutes this year. So he feels like this is not any sort of disadvantage by playing his senior lineup. And he feels confident that they'll be able to step in and fill the spot for Nolan there as well.
Well, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. Remember, Aiden Conley was out for a significant portion of the season, and they had to fill in when he was out. So those players will be again taking the role. It's important to have a deep team, and we certainly hope that the injury to Nolan Koopman is minor and he is well enough to play later on in the year, and most importantly in the tournament.
And good pressure here by Naylor. Good control in the middle, brings down wide. Sends a nice cross over to Clorty. Clorty tries to play it in, broken up, and great first touch by Johnny Pang. Keeps the ball away from the Reading defender. Dishes it off to Rohan. Rohan pickpocketed there by number 6, David McCann. Or that was number 8, sorry. Give credit to number 8 there. Kapil Shastri.
Nice work by Arlington to switch the field. It was getting a little congested over here on the side nearest to us.
And Alex, definitely first 5 minutes have come with a lot of speed from both teams. Real quick pace here. So it'll be interesting to see how, and Gideon Lawrence, a nice physical play, does not draw a foul there.
He used his good arm on that one.
Used his good arm. And Connolly crosses it over to Luke Hedlund. Luke Hedlund's got some options, takes some space. Puts it into the middle to captain Johnny Pang. Up, but little too much, a little behind Johnny, and that's a turnover right here to Reading. Reading building, they've got 5 guys moving up, 6, 7 guys moving in, but slow it down. Good entry pass, looking for the overlap, and the Reading attacker tried to drag it behind him, but picked off by Arlington.
Reading had possession a second ago, but if you watch, they're gonna, if form holds, they'll be dropping back.
And long ball right here, Dennis Keneally with some speed, and good heads-up play by the Reading keep. Comes out pretty far out into the box, scoops that up because Keneally had the beat on his defender.
That play is gonna come into play again. Actually, he was responsible for one of the goals using that speed against Reading.
Played into the middle to Naylor. Good first turn to get away from his defender. Naylor bringing it to the line. Let's see if he sends Keneally, and he does, and that's picked off by number 8, McCann, right there.
Unfortunate bounce off the ref there. That would have been going out for a Spy Ponders throw, but the ref is quote-unquote part of the field, so play goes on. I almost expected him to stop and drop the ball, but alas.
Rand played that back, and here we go, off Gideon's head. So it looks like Arlington is trying to get it up over the back line of Reading, which is holding a pretty solid 4 for the moment.
Yeah, I think the long ball was definitely part of the strategy in the first meeting, and it worked, so might be part of it again. Good
ball from Naylor onto Rohan, and a little slide from the Reading defender. Arlington looking for those long balls, a little miss-hit from Naylor off to Keneally, but Arlington using both sides of the field early in this game. Ball's up into the middle. Over Johnny Pang. Luke Hedlund gets up, and Pang settles. Pang, good ball into Clorty, into the middle. Clardy's trying, it looks like they're definitely trying to find Keneally over on that far touch. And that ball is behind Redding. Number 13 passed behind his teammate number 2. Number 13, Jacob Frank, passed that behind Teddy Palm. Teddy Palm, a freshman for Redding. Number 2, a freshman for Redding. So they have 1 freshman on the field tonight. Looks like he's been getting some good minutes. So if you know that he's got some talent if he's playing, getting starting minutes as a freshman. And there's Rand Markovsky bringing it up. Plays it back to Aiden Connolly. And some space for Redding now. And Connolly is able to break that up, sends it out wide, and that's going to sail wide. David on the sideline helping out as he does for most Arlington home games, boys and girls. He was helping out in the girls game. I will not be surprised if by the end of tonight he's run about 10 or 12 miles, in all seriousness.
He's very good at what he does, Josh.
As is the ACMi crew tonight, working multiple cameras, multiple angles for us, bringing some great content. And Redding with some pressure here, ball right deep in the middle, and there's a strike, and that sails wide.
Bit of a missed opportunity for Redding there. They had a couple of good open cracks. And Josh, I have to say that so far it appears as if the pressure has been mostly on the Arlington end.
Absolutely, I think you're absolutely correct with that. I think Arlington trying to get the long balls, doing some good sort of middle of the field possession at the moment, and so be curious to see it sort of as we've seen with any game of soccer, any game of football. Getting it out of that middle third into the attacking third is always the challenge in setting up your plays well. So Arlington trouble clearing off this goal kick here. Sends it up off the head of Gideon Lawrence, using his size, gets it up to Andres.
Nice little hold-up pass there, and break was on, but the pass was a little behind.
And there's a cross field over to Rohan from Brand, right onto his foot.
Beautiful
and
switch.
Rohan right here up to Andres. And let's see if Andres gets it back out wide to Rohan. He does. Rohan tried to play it back into Andres, broken up by Redding. And should be an Arlington throw. So Arlington with a chance to build something. Rohan took it deep and gets it to Johnny Peng. Johnny Peng in the middle, gets it across to Keneally. Fighting. Redding defender keeps it in, but Dennis Keneally able to steal it. Now he's got an opportunity here. And no, it's a goal kick. Keneally looking for a deflection maybe, hopeful that he might have picked up a corner kick.
Keneally causing some problems for the Belmont back line over there on the right wing.
Off the back of Redding number 10 and over Connolly's head. Nicholas Miragianis. And that ball's down the line, and looks like we have another Redding throw.
Just got to report the JV team coming home from Redding with victorious from a 6-0 victory.
Unbelievable win for JV, although it is very believable given how well the JV team has been playing, so bodes well for the future of Arlington soccer. Good entry from Naylor off his left foot right to Gideon Lawrence, who gets it off his head. He's working against his defender, gets across 2 into the middle, and can't quite connect. Andres nearly connected off that. Redding clears, and we've got a throw in right here from midfield. Rohan plays it back to Luke Hedlund, who gets it across to Connolly. So right there, excellent attack from Arlington, using that long ball. It seems like they're definitely, that's part of their game plan tonight. Refs letting a lot of little pushes in the back go on both sides, so be interesting to see if that plays a factor later in the game as tensions flare and if the scores stand close. Rohan looking for Keneally, and great effort by the Redding defense. Naylor on his left foot, he's dangerous here. He's looking, gets it into Clardy in the middle, and picked up by the Redding keep. Redding fans appreciate that.
Looks like Peter Clardy's cast is much smaller than it was the other day. hopefully he's healed up. Hopefully he'll be good to go for basketball season.
After it's the dry weather today. It's shrunk. It's like one of those little sponges. Great play by Johnny Peng to block the exit. Takes a good rip from about 20, 30 yards out. Sails just left of the goal. So also, Alex, I was taking some notes. I've taken notes similar to the way you have. I've grown very fond of the detailed pre-game scouting that you do. And I also, as I was getting ready for tonight's game, took a look at goals for and goals against, which I found to be very interesting for both of these teams. So Reading with an explosive offense, 27 goals for this season. But interesting, big cross from Rand over to Rohan. Rohan with a great touch into the middle. So 27 goals back into, and Andres takes a good rip. And it bobbles a little bit by the keep, but not enough to get in. I told Andres before the game I felt a goal coming for him tonight. But Reading with 27 goals for. Any guesses, Alex, how many goals against?
Well, given their record is 6-6, I would say it's probably, and I think that number seems a little high. So maybe there were a couple games where they scored a lot of goals.
There were a couple sort of 6-0, 5-0 games.
You know I love numbers, Josh. I'm going to come in with a 17.
17, close. It was 20 goals against.
Okay.
So 27 goals for, 20 against, 3 clean sheets where they had sort of a 5-0, 6-0 win.
Right.
And Arlington, interestingly, not quite as explosive on offense. However, 24 goals for this season. So yeah, it's not a big difference offensively between these two teams.
Can I guess the goals against?
Goals against. Go for it.
I'm guessing that number is going to be low because they've been playing outstanding defense. And they've been winning games 1-0 and 2-1 and things of that nature. I'm going to say, Josh, 9.
11 goals against, with 4 of those goals coming in the first game against Wakefield. And clean sheets, interesting enough, Arlington has 7 clean sheets this season. So solid, very solid defensive play from the Ponders. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out tonight, because again, the Rockets do have an impressive 3-0 win against Winchester earlier in the season, which is not an easy task to pull off a 3-0 win against a team like Winchester. But evenly matched offensively, Arlington, I would say from the numbers, has an edge defensively tonight.
And again, I'll say it, I think their vulnerability is in getting their defensive players a little bit nervous. We've seen that in this game, and we saw that in the prior game.
And Rand sending it up, gets it into Naylor. Gets it over to Lawrence. Lawrence with a nice little drop to Naylor. Naylor sets up his left foot and blocked by number 21 on Reading. Sacrifice. Jake Nolte takes one for the team right there, because Naylor in that range, we've seen him hit several shots from that range this season. So Jake Nolte takes one for Reading and prevents a very dangerous shot from Jacob Naylor. Keneally plays it back to Headland, over to Rohan. So Arlington doing a nice job spacing, crossing the field so far. Looking for the big cross, and there it is to Naylor, just over his head, but it's picked up by Lawrence. Lawrence takes a rip, and that's just to the right of the net.
And Josh, I know every game is important to these guys, and they're playing hard at every game. I just wanted to add in the additional element of playoff seeding and the nature of the tournament. And so as from a Reading perspective, they are 6-6, and as I understand, in the playoff seeding, you either need to be seeded in the top 32, or if you're not, you need to have a 500 or better record. They're sitting at 22, so they're fairly safe with their power ranking. However, if that were to slip, it might fall to their record, which is currently at 500. So you have to imagine that they're playing with an extra sense of desperation today.
100%. Reading cannot, the power rankings right now as they stand with, I think, about maybe 5-6 games to go in the season, if I'm not mistaken. They should be safe, as you noted, but again, if they drop below 500, This game, depending loss here, if they should lose, if Reading should lose, probably would not drop them too much, as they're sort of parallel with Arlington in the D1 and D2 standings. But with their rest of their schedule coming up, I'm not sure who they have left.
It's hard. I looked at it. It's the usual suspect. It's Belmont, it's Lexington, it's Winchester.
And so they definitely have, and Lexington has sort of moved up into the top sort of potential home berth. I think Lexington, I saw, is 18 after the last power rankings, so for D1. So yeah, definitely not an easy back half of the season for Reading as well. So yeah, each game is important. Here's Clorty moving in and gets his little space, rips, and just wide. That was headed to the top corner, but just sailed wide.
Got all of it.
So Arlington getting a bunch of shots, not too many on goal yet, or any on goal, but getting within. All they got to do is pull those in about 4 or 5 feet, and they're going to start making Reading very nervous.
The field is starting to tilt in Arlington's favor here.
And here's the first solid counter from Reading, getting it back into after several minutes of Arlington controlling possession in Reading's end. Reading made an effort, but snuck outside. The ball, after some solid D by, looked like Rand maybe, holding tight there. He gets it in, and there's Connolly to Naylor. Two good friends connecting on the throw-in. And looks like Gideon Lawrence taken down. Not easy to do, not easy to take Gideon down. And he's taken down, and the ref says, yeah, we're gonna play. And Naylor plays a quick ball into Clorty. Clorty gets it into Andres, drops it off for Clorty. Clorty gets around, gets a touch, and pulled down. Ref says, no, we are not giving you that one. But excellent effort from Clorty and Andres to set that up after the smart take by Naylor on the free kick. And Luke Hedlund's got some space, taking it, gets it off to Rohan, who drew 3 defenders.
Found.
Look at that. And Johnny Peng looking for Dennis Keneally, and picked up by Andres. Andres sends it wide, takes a rip off the right foot, gets it in, and almost onto the foot of Gideon, about 2 feet in front of Gideon's foot. That could have been a deflection.
Excellent pressure by Arlington. They're really putting the defensive Reading to the test.
Looks like we've got a replay coming up on ACMi Sports as well.
Meanwhile, Jacob Naylor with the out-swinging corner kick. Arlington sending all but 3 forward. There's a short option. Drives it into the
Naylor's
penalty spot.
And great take by the Reading keeper. Got up on that. If that had gone through him, I think there was a couple Arlington players behind him that were gonna put that in the back of the net.
Great save by the keeper. Very authoritative. I thought I actually was looking for the net to move there. Lo and behold, the keeper came up with it. So we have, looks like Sam Neal has come into the game.
Sam Neal has come into the game. Looks like Sam Neal has come in as well
Harry
as
Malloy.
Harry Malloy. So Harry Malloy, another senior, getting some time on the field right now, and Sam Neal coming in up top. So it looks like Sam has replaced Andres, and Harry Malloy has replaced Dennis Keneally. But Arlington continuing, another great throw, 20, 30-yard throw from
27.
27. Yeah. Excellent wow. Spot on that.
He was telling me that he has one of the better throws on the team, and now I believe it.
And it's interesting because Koopman has been taking most of those deep throw-ins, so I wonder if we get a chance tonight to see Aiden Connolly get the corner kick throw-in.
I'm also interested to seeing the substitution patterns, given that it's senior night. I mean, all of these players, Arlington has incredible depth across all, seniors, juniors, and sophomores. So this is a lot of fun for us to watch, fun for everybody. Great atmosphere here tonight. Congratulations to these seniors and to their parents. They're having a great season, Josh, and I was thinking today, it's getting to the point, maybe another win or two, and we're going to start thinking seriously about this being a special team.
Oh, it's and anything can happen in playoff soccer. As our producer Raj knows, we've had some stellar teams in the past few years for Arlington who have had the potential to go real deep, and upsets happen. So even if Arlington gets a tough draw in the first round, anything can happen in playoff soccer, which is lots of fun to watch and be part of. And again, it's a real special time for the parents of the seniors as well. Alex, my son's a freshman off in college, and I remember when he came to walk out the seniors on senior night when he was in second, third grade. And so I hope the parents have a chance to enjoy these nights as well.
Do you remember the emotions after the corner kick? I can ask. Corner kick by,
and it's bouncing around, and good clearance by Rand, gets it off his head, and Sam Neal making a run. And right here, Arlington getting a throw.
So Josh, can you describe briefly the emotions that you had last year as a parent of a senior?
It was I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun, and we got a replay here on Sam Neal coming, and Shea picks it up, and here we go. So as a parent for a senior, it's a real special time because you know they're moving on, they're doing what they're supposed to do, but when you realize that, wow, this is going to be the last time I see my kid play a game, it's sort of you get a little verklempt, you feel it a little bit, but it's
I can only imagine.
But it's also a lot of you feel really proud to see. Oh, the great run by Rand, and great ball into Harry Malloy. Let's see if he can save it. He's given it all, and looks like a goal kick. But when you see your kids putting in that sort of effort, and sort of what youth sports and high school sports mean down the line for them, and sort of the bond that they make with their teammates,
right.
It makes you real happy to be a member of the Arlington soccer community and the positive community that this is.
To be a member of this team it takes a lot of work, as you know, as we all know.
Great entry from Reading, and it's a dangerous play. Great pickup by Shea. Manages to cause a turnover right there. Looks like we're going to get a goal kick for Reading.
You seem a little unsure on that. Do we have a replay?
We might. Here it comes right here.
If you see him, he kind of...
So Shea sort of hesitated, but manages to get a little something, just enough to get the heavy touch up from the Reading striker there.
Real dangerous opportunity for Reading in that particular moment.
Great work by the ACMi crew to pull that up, and the goal kick from Shea, and Reading now sort of putting a couple little things together.
To finish my thought, the amount of time that these young men spend training and and during the season and frankly all year round to be a member of this team is to be commended. Their dedication and their willingness to dedicate their time to this effort.
And good to see, oh, here we go. Great defense by Johnny Peng, staying patient, gets around two defenders, two Reading players. Great step by Connolly, good tackle. Cam Levine now up at striker, in for the game. So I think now all the Arlington seniors have gotten into the game now that Cam is up playing striker. Cam showing his speed early on, and lots of pressure here from Reading.
And Reading's been looking dangerous here, Josh. This game has had some ebbs and flows, and right now it's flowing from left to right.
And Sam Neal being patient, gets it off to Rohan. Rohan making a good run into the middle and drops it off, but little behind Naylor, and the Reading defender stepped up. Connolly gets his leg up and gets it out wide to Harry Malloy. So it looks like we've got another substitution coming in for Arlington shortly.
That's Quincy Cotter.
So Quincy Cotter, a sophomore, typically starting, going to be getting his first touches in this game. And Luke Hedlund sends it up to Cam, and Cam using that speed. Oh, almost putting the pressure on. Johnny Peng doing a good job using his body.
Cam's good at that. I used to coach him in youth soccer, and we would basically send it to Cam.
Dangerous entry here from Reading. They save it, and that's going to be a goal kick right there for Arlington. Good hustle, though, from the Reading attack there. If he turns, I can get his number. We'll We'll see Shea taking the goal kick here. Ref says all in. So Quincy Cotter now in the game. Looks like he might have come in for Gideon. Rohan looking for some space. Rohan with some really quick feet there.
He's had an impressive year, Josh.
Oh, 100, and stepping in as a junior, you know, and there we go. Sam Neal battling one-on-one. Let's see what he does here. Isolates, and Quincy doing the overlap. Sam's got 3 Reading players on him. And great play by Rohan. Patient, and sends it across to Harry. Good settle by Harry, gets it back to Rand. Rand looking for what he's got. Plays it to Connolly in the back. Reset for Arlington. Good ball on the ground to Quincy. Plays, oh, and there's a turnover right there. Dangerous play, here's a break. And Reading, great, incredible save by Shea right there. One-on-one, pure breakaway from the Reading offense. We've got a replay coming up for you right here. Take a look on the screen. Look at Shea, not unsure at all about that. Sticks his left foot out, manages to pull that off. Incredible play, keeps the clean sheet alive, keeps the score tied, and Arlington slowing it down a little bit in the attacking third. Rand sends it to the middle, broken up by Reading. What a play right there by Shea.
I think there are a couple players on Arlington right now that are very, very grateful for their keeper right now.
It's you very rarely see that sort of opportunity in soccer. You know the Reading player wants that chance back, and Shea, look at that, just incredible.
He faked himself out.
Rohan, one extra step over. We got 10 minutes to go, 10 and a half to go in this first half. An exciting first half, lots of speed of play, quick play.
And remember that moment that this game is shaping up to be a tight battle, and it could come down to something like that.
And looks like we've got a timeout called by Reading, I believe. And so incredible that that was right so far play of the game. Two big plays by both keepers, one from each keeper. The Reading keeper grabbing that corner kick off of Naylor, and Shea right here. We've got the replay again for you to see Shea coming out. Stays patient, and then look at that, just manages to get his left foot out and then cleared by the defender.
Nice clearance too.
So good heads up play from the Arlington defender to not let the Reading player react, pause, come back to the ball as well. Arlington definitely got a lucky break that there was no Reading trailer as well to put that ball in off the rebound. But Shea definitely doing an incredible job, staying patient, staying low, and keeping the score tied.
I'm wondering which coach took the timeout, but I have a feeling it might have been our coach, because the game has just gotten a little ragged in the midfield. Shea has come out twice to stop plays. In that last play, it was after an errant pass from the midfield. So calming things down, resetting things. And again, I wonder the substitution pattern. I mean, again, it is senior night, so that it's a different substitution pattern than it normally would be. And I'm wondering if that's affecting the players at all. It's just a guess.
Yeah, little sort of different feel playing with different guys, and we'll see how they come back. It looks like Nate Dobro is in the game now in the midfield as well. So Nate, often a real solid possession player. Rand sort of giving him the lay of the land here, sort of letting him know how the game's shaping up. And looks like we've got a Reading throw-in. 10:20 to go, Alex.
Tight game, good game, exciting game.
And that's in, and it's Reading sends it up. Luke Edlin gets it into Dobro. So Dobro with his first touch drops it off to Johnny Pang. Back to Dobro. Nope. Pang keeps it, gets it out wide to Rohan. Rohan gets it to the middle to Dobro.
Unfortunate, that was the right play, but he had a
good step by Dobro.
Touch.
He read that play right there. Tried to get it over to Cam. Got some. We can hear some Reading fans cheering for Nolte there. Arlington looking for a handball. Refs aren't calling it. So Reading setting up, sending 7 guys deep into the Arlington end. And they get a throw-in. So shout out to the Reading parents as well. I was talking to their coach before the game, and you know, coming from Reading to Arlington around 5 o'clock on any weekday is no small task. So shout out to those parents, you know, making the effort to come down, see their sons play, and hope they're enjoying this good game as well.
And a special shout out. Josh, if you listen to the broadcast, we reached across the aisle when we played against Reading, and we brought up a friend of Raj and mine, Allison Maganzini. Shout out to her. She gave us the Reading perspective in the first game, so I see her down there with Greg. Hello, guys. Welcome to Arlington.
Welcome to
I'll
Arlington.
talk to you after the game.
And so Reading here, dangerous corner kick. So 8 to go. After the timeout, looks like Reading is continuing to control the ball. And here we go. So they've sent 8 guys in deep into the Arlington box.
Arlington's had trouble defending these today.
That's a tough ball into the middle. And there it's cleared right there, and good clearance. And Sam Neal almost got it, but good step by the Reading defender who stepped in from midfield. Nate Dobros takes it away from him though, and they continue to battle, and Johnny Pang helps Dobro out, picks it up, and Luke Henlid sends it to Cam Levine. Not Cam Neely, as we thought, you know, Cam Neely is not making an appearance tonight.
Not Cam Newton.
Not Cam Newton either. Cam Levine.
The one and only.
And so Arlington continues after showing some real spark around the sort of halfway point in this half. Is sort of on their heels a little bit. Reading sort of keeping the foot on the gas. And here we go. They're crossing. Arlington crosses, and Sam Neal with a little bit of space, but Reading defender clears. Great ball from Sam Neal to Quincy Cotter down the line. Quincy gets around his defender, battling. Incredible push. That should be a corner kick right there for Arlington. There's a corner. Great work by Quincy. He had the step on the Reading defender who recovered. So right here, Arlington corner kick. We got the replay coming up. No replay. We're going live to the corner kick.
Josh, I'm watching number 21 right now. Cam Levine, big, strong, athletic, and they go short.
They short to Rohan. Rohan takes a rip, and that goes. It's good for the field goal. Good for the field goal, but not the 1 point that we're looking for. Here's the replay right here. Short ball to Rohan. Look, it takes the space, and boom. Good strike from Rohan. Haven't seen Rohan take a ton of shots this season, so especially late in the season, good to see him looking to be active, getting involved in the offense as well. Good turn by Sam. Sam always tough, battling. And looks like a slip. There's an Arlington throw. Good call by the ref. Good no call by the ref there. I think that was a legitimate slip from Sam Neal.
Great
and
win
here's the replay coming up right here, Alex. When we can see, yeah, it looks like Sam just sort of slipped there.
Leading up to that, Quincy Cotter made a great win of a header in the middle of about 5 players.
Good touch by Rohan with a nice little click back to Sam Neal, who was looking for Levine in the middle. And Reading with the counter, but Arlington has numbers back on D. Good step, good tackle by Connolly. Dobro, good ball on the ground. Levine out wide to Harry Malloy. Harry brings it back to the middle, and good cross to Sam Neal, who can't quite get there before the defender. And great tackle by Rohan, keeping that ball in the Reading end.
Arlington's defense playing aggressively, and it's paying off right now, keeping Reading on their heels.
And something that I've seen throughout the years from Arlington. Here's a replay coming up at that little tackle right here by Rohan. Watch this, keeping it in, gets it back there and causes the turnover from Reading. Great hustle by Rohan, who's really playing a great half here. Looks like he might have ended up with some turf burn, but he picks that up. Nice ball into the middle, gets it to Cam. Cam turns, gets the ball to Quincy. Quincy holding on. No call there on the ref. Looks like that might have been on Quincy's ankle a little bit. Good pickup by Rand Markovsky, and we have a Reading player down. So let's see how the Reading player's doing. Looks like an incidental contact, but it looks like it's a foul called on Arlington. So Sam, the trainer, always busy during the season. She comes out to take a look. Hopefully just sort of a bruise situation here. Arlington has all their players back.
I didn't necessarily see the foul, but clearly the Reading player is in some duress right now.
Yeah, as a never something that you want to see happen in a game. Always, and especially you know, in a game that's this competitive this late in the season. So the Reading coach is coming out as well to take a look, see if he can help his player. I know last year there were, you know, this year for Arlington as well, broken bones. You know, there's players who've had to miss. Nolan Koopman out tonight. And, you know, injuries are part of the game, unfortunately, but you never like to see them. It's like to see, especially for these guys. Not sure which Reading player it is, but, you know, they do have a lot of seniors, so it's always, you know, always, especially for seniors, you don't want to see them miss any of their season.
Might be 13.
So it looks like he's up.
12.
Off on his own power. Number 12, Rocco Sarasuyo, a freshman. So Rocco sort of looks like he might have, the way he's walking, looks like he might have taken a knee or something to his thigh. Hopefully that's all it is. You know, it's gonna sort of be sore, but hopefully nothing. Walking off on his own is a good sign.
The contact bruise versus whenever a player goes down with nobody around them, that's when you get worried.
My freshman year in a scrimmage against the varsity team, I went shin to shin with one of the seniors who was coming in full blast, and it was sore for months.
Welcome to the team, Josh.
Right. Good pickup by Sam Neal. And look at this, Sam Neal drawing 4 Reading defenders. And so again, looks like Arlington, if they can continue that, looks like the Reading defense. So we've got a replay coming up here on Sam's rush here. So Sam, look at that, drawing 4 Reading defenders to his area. If Arlington can capitalize on a moment like that, and Dobro gets the touch, trying to get around a couple players, and sends it over to Quincy Cotter in the middle, gets it off to Rohan. Hopefully Rohan here, maybe he's looking for a shot again. Plays it back to Quincy. Sam Neal, good touch by Sam Neal. Takes it from the middle, deflected, and that's going to go wide. So potential here for Connolly to come in and take a throw-in.
Nice dynamic play by the Spy Ponders there.
Right here, there's Harry Malloy though, plays it in quick to Dobro, plays it back to Rand. Rand trying to cross it over to Quincy. And Reading on the counter. Slowed down by Dobro to give Arlington some time to recover. And Reading resets in the back. Good pressure from Arlington, kind of forces a turnover. Harry Malloy charging up, and Dobro pushing here, and Dobro, I think, throw-in maybe? Looks like a throw-in here. Or Dobro, with his hands up, called for a foul. So right at midfield.
We're about to get to 2 minutes on the clock, so the clock will shift from the scoreboard to the field.
I wonder how many timers we'll have going tonight, Alex. Good kick right here by Reading off the head, and it goes wide. Shea diving off to his right, and he signals to the ref immediately. I did not touch that. Did not touch that. And here we got the replay coming up. We get to see Shea's effort here. Was a beautiful dive by Shea right here. Making sure that ball was going nowhere near the back of the net. And we're under 2 minutes to go. Shea plays it over to Rohan. And Reading closes in. And Johnny Peng sort of muscles the Reading player off the ball. And Aiden Connolly's trying to send Sam Neal, gets it past the defender. Sam Neal's deep in the Reading end. Sam Neal sends it into the middle, deflected by the Reading defender who managed to just get 1 foot, like a toe on that.
Nice play by Nate Dobro to stop the Reading potentially had a break there. He stepped in and stopped that.
Arlington reset. So great look by Connolly to hit Neal and deliver that ball. And good move by Rand into the middle, but little heavy touch there. Get Reading now on the counter, but Arlington back. Harry Malloy, look at the hustle right there to sort of force the Reading player. And that ball's behind Rohan. Rohan closing some space though. Rohan, good patience, using his speed to close the space, make sure the Reading player was not able to turn. And take a look at that ball again. Look at Rohan just closing that distance right there. Stays on the striker and forces the turnover, gets the goal kick, and Aiden Connolly bringing it up now off the goal kick.
Good demonstration of the different kinds of speed. You can see the other player, 7, actually got the jump on him, but when they both got up to full speed, Rohan caught up.
And Rand sends that up to Harry Malloy. And Connolly off the left foot finds Cam Levine, who gets it over the defender, and Cam now battling the Reading defender, sends it back up. Little mini bicycle kick. And looks like that's going to be a Reading ball off the deflection. So should be about a minute to go in this half. See if either team can find something, put something together here. Reading at the moment has the opportunity, has the momentum in the Arlington end. And right there, there's the game. Oh, I missed my first minute.
I missed it too.
I missed my first minute. My watch says it was, so I think the refs actually let him play a little bit extra that time. So, end of the first half, Alex, seems like it's a similar result as the first meeting between these teams, 0-0.
This game, the intensity in this game is a notch higher than that game, however.
I think, as you noted, the playoff picture is becoming a reality for both of these teams, and especially Reading at 6-6. So here we go, a couple of highlights from the first half here coming up on the screen for us to enjoy. And the crew from ACMi doing a great job putting these things together. I would say so far the difference in this game, keeping it a tie, both keepers right now. My men of the match are both keepers, both coming up with huge saves at different points. And if I were to pick a player on the field right now, I'm going to go Rohan McAuliffe for how his presence. I feel like he's making a lot of things happen for Arlington at the moment.
Hard to argue with both of those assessments, Josh. As we continue to watch the highlights here, we have seen a variety of players in this game that may not have played a role in other games. And as we're watching the highlights, we see some good dynamic play from Arlington, but really just I'm impressed with the physicality and the intensity of both teams. It should be a very intense second half.
The speed of play for this game feels a little different than some of the games earlier this season. Seems like both teams have shown up, bringing everything. This is, as you noted earlier, this is starting to feel a little bit like playoff soccer, where it's kind of like, hey, every point, every sort of goal for, every goal against, every win, every loss, every draw is a little bit more important than it is sort of at the first couple games of the season. And it feels like the temperature has dropped a little bit too, Alex.
It sure does. And in case if you haven't looked outside, there's a beautiful full moon above Warren A. Pierce Stadium tonight.
It's definitely, I think, speaking of a full moon, when my son was walked out with the team, I think there was actually a full moon as well. We have a picture of it, and he's sort of running off the field right behind where the goal where the Arlington team is discussing the game plan for the second half, and I remember I love that picture and looking at that picture.
So a question for the AV team here: do we have comments from the live stream? Right, but do we have people commenting in on the broadcast? Nope. Nope. A lot of no.
Oh, I am. And in case anyone is watching, time to head down to the Arlington Snack Shack. I think they're still open. I'm gonna go and make an announcement for that on the PA system.
Okay. Everyone hang loose. We'll be back with the second half.
Feels like the temperature may be dropping a little bit, so if you are hungry, thirsty, head on over to the Arlington Snack Shack, where you can find a variety of things to warm your spirits. Reading and Arlington families alike are welcome. You can come next Saturday, actually. There is no snack shack, so you just have to stay cold.
Free country. I don't notice it.
All right, Alex, unfortunately I found out after letting the whole crowd here at Pierce Field know about the Snack Shack, found out the Snack Shack is actually closed tonight. So unfortunate for all those people who are sitting on the ever increasingly cold metal benches. Although, Reading parents are up on, they aren't sitting down.
They're into the game.
They're into it.
I think we caught some of their comments on one of our external mics. I don't know if you caught that or not.
A little bit, and it looks like our camera crew getting a great shot of that full moon you were talking about. Arlington will be attacking down to that end this half.
So, Josh, anyone hoping for an ice-cold beverage or something at the Snack Shack was not able to get one?
No ice-cold beverages available. Saturday's game will be featuring this Snack Shack. So come on down Saturday, I believe 12:30 game. All the Snack Shacks sundries that you would love to have.
And I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I believe there might be only 1 or 2 home games left.
I think we've got Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, I think, because I am going to be out of town, and I think the season finale is against Lexington at Lexington. I believe maybe a week from Saturday.
Going anywhere fun?
We are actually headed to Colorado to visit our son, who I hope is watching the game live right now after his classes. So, all right.
Fantastic. Have a great trip.
Looking forward to it, absolutely. See how he's settling into college life, and it's always great. It's one of the joys of staying connected is seeing the alumni come back. We had a bunch of alumni show up for Saturday's game, and the second half is underway right here. So next year, hopefully, we'll see a bunch of these seniors coming back and joining us in the booth.
I've really enjoyed being up here, and I didn't know any of the players that graduated. I only know seniors and younger. But all of them seem to be really, really well, doing really well, whether it's at Tufts or Colgate or Hobart or Cornell or, Boulder or you name it, UMass. They all seem to be super well adjusted and really proud of the program, really proud of what's going on here.
Excellent somersault from Rohan, who draws the foul there. And so Arlington with a free kick. But I think what you're discussing is, not only sort of a testament to the Arlington education and Arlington teachers who were honored tonight, but also to Coach Yazio, who really, 24 years at the helm of this program has really made sure that the players and the boys understand, it's not entirely about wins and losses. Sure, winning is fun. It's you want to have the best record. You want to make deep runs in the playoffs. But I think he's really helped instill in them. It's about how you support each other as teammates and how you are as a person. That's most important in the end. And great break by Peng, but that one sails just a little long.
Junior Keegan Maxwell has checked into the game.
Looks like Johnny Peng, actually, even though that ball sailed a little far, it looks like there was a foul on Reading back in deep in the Arlington end. So Arlington with a free kick deep in their end. Luke Hedlund takes that, sends it up, gets it over to Gideon. I believe 2 Bishop Bears as well from senior night. So I think I know Jacob Naylor, Aiden Connolly from Stratton School. I believe Peter Clordy from Hardy. Luke and Gideon from Bishop. And I'm not sure where some of the other guys are from, what school they were at.
Anyone?
And right here, Rohan gets it in to Jacob Naylor. Plays it back to Hedlund. Gets it over to Connolly. Connolly gets it and just past the foot of Gideon Lawrence. Luke Hedlund sends it down wide. And up the field, step by Reading, and it's off their foot. Arlington ball.
Both teams still playing tight on each other.
You have the feeling it's going to be sort of which team, if a goal comes, good solid physical play by the Reading defense to knock Clordy off the ball. Goal is going to come from just sort of the slightest mistake off of defensive lapse, if it comes at all. So
absolutely.
It definitely, both teams playing very, very solid defense. Aiden Connolly coming in.
Here we go.
Here we go. The corner throw-in right here. Sounds like the Arlington fans know what's coming up. Arlington with about 5 guys in. Gideon Lawrence making the run. Connolly launches that ball
all the way to the penalty spot.
All the way off of Gideon Lawrence's head. Couldn't quite get it towards the goal. Gideon flashes a thumbs up back to Aiden for that one, appreciating that throw right to him. So again, good to see Arlington's got a definite threat. They haven't had a ton of, they've only had a couple of corners and not a ton of those deep throw-ins to be taken tonight so far. Connolly plays it over to Rand. Now Rand making a run, taking some space, gets it over to Keegan Maxwell. Keegan Maxwell, last year, one of the leading scorers on the team. Always a threat in offense. Luke Hedlund has to step up, and that ball just scoots over to Rohan. Rohan with a turn gets around his man.
Yeah, they'll get him with that.
Naylor knew as soon as he did that, he was getting called. We're picking up some of the fans. I know, Alex. I will say, as a parent fan, it definitely made my blood pressure much lower to be up here than it was sitting in the stands.
Absolutely.
So I think it was.
I found even if you're announcing your own son's game.
Oh, last year it was much cooler. Look at Sam Neal battling all the way, taking it 50 yards down the field. Gets around two guys, gets it to his right foot, takes a shot right into the belly of the keeper. Who, good take by Sam Neal there. We got the replay coming up.
Gets it onto his right and takes a rip.
And just outside the box, look at that good strong take by Sam Neal. Putting some pressure on, forces the turnover. Naylor picks it up around mid. Gets it off to Rohan. So Arlington looking to build here. Nice control possession in the middle.
Yes, announcing or commentating on these games, there's a certain objectivity, which...
And there's a turnover. Dangerous play here. Redding gets it off to the middle. And Luke Hedlund plays it safe. And there's a take, and it's right to Shea. So both teams exchanging takes. Here's the replay right here. Luke Hedlund, nice patient defense right there. But his man gets around, takes it, but Luke Hedlund cut off the angle, forcing the ball right to Shea. So both teams, dangerous plays. Again, like we said, though, it's going to come to those lapses. Just if a team makes a lapse, and both teams right there are sort of getting a lapse, definitely on Arlington's end.
Yeah, there was a shaky play by the defense there that led to that chance.
But there is a certain objectivity, as you said, and it definitely made me appreciate this. And Keegan Maxwell takes, blocked by the Reading defense. He was tried to thread it through three guys, and it looks like Naylor's stepping up here. He'll be taking a dangerous corner.
And everybody keep your eyes here on number 11. Scored many, by many I mean more than one, off of corner kicks this year. Peter Clordy, very, very good in the air.
Very good. Is able to get up over everyone. It looks like that's where Naylor's going. Off of Clordy's head, and it bounces back the wrong way for Arlington.
That could have fallen right to an Arlington player, but did not.
I thought that was going to be going in right there, and looks like we've got not sure, maybe some
off the whistle activity probably.
We got the replay coming up on that corner. So right here, great entry by Naylor. Look at that. It looks like the Reading keeper might have actually gotten his hands on it. The replay showed us, so that sort of prevented Peter from putting that in the back of the net. But that was right delivered to Peter. Great play by the Reading keeper again. And that one sails off Johnny Pang's head, and Aiden Connolly sends that up. Reading throw inside the Arlington end. Great job by ACMi to pull up that replay, showing us the keeper getting his hands on it. And ref says that one was out. I'm not sure if we have a replay on that one, but that's a close call by the ref. We probably don't have a replay on that one, but
I think the ball was out of bounds. Otherwise, they might have called advantage there.
So it looks like it is a throw-in. Johnny Pang was saying I didn't feel that. Good work by Luke Hedlund to break that up. So Reading now building up on the offensive end. Little bullet right there that sails across the field, and Sam Neal battling to pick that up. Plays it back to Hedlund. Hedlund takes some space, sends it across over to Clorty, looking for Clorty, but it's broken up by the Reading defense. Keegan Maxwell, good take right there, but Reading wins the 50-50. Rohan closing that space again, manages to break that up. He looked like the Reading wing had an opportunity to have a clear run at the goal, but Rohan using that speed.
It was a good idea by the Reading player to send the ball out wide, not counting on the closing speed of the Arlington defender.
And here we go. So Gideon Lawrence trying to get a turn. Reading defense bodies him up, but Gideon picks it up and is called for a foul. Looks like the ref is saying after very few calls in the first half, looks like the refs are picking up the pace of the calls, trying to probably keep this game under control, maybe knowing that sort of seeing the physical play of this and making sure it doesn't get out of control.
Yeah, this game has all the markings of one that can get very spicy very quick here. We have a rowdy atmosphere in the stands. We have a tight game between close opponents, and Reading in particular has really picked up the level of physicality this half. I don't know if you've noticed the same thing, Josh, but they're playing very hard.
Definitely, and as players been going for we've been going for about 50 minutes, almost an hour of pretty intense, just very little rest on in this game. Just really consistent effort and speed of play. Seems like players are looking to create something. Maybe some frustration is going to be building a little bit.
Well controlled by Keegan.
And so the one thing that we do want to see, so that should be a throw-in for Reading.
It's a deep throw-in. This spot is a dangerous place for an opponent, for Reading. If you press appropriately, you can keep him trapped down here.
And Peter Clorty intercepts, gets it back, and here we go. Fernando Barrientos is in the game for the first time tonight. Fernando, as Coach Page describes, little messy. He the ball is like a magnet on his foot. So great to see Fernando in. A new look for Reading with Fernando, and Fernando's going to be a playmaker for sure.
Maybe he's the key that unlocks this offense.
And it could be, I could see a player like Fernando in a situation like this be able to sort of draw a few defenders in and find his open man who gets a clean shot. So we'll keep an eye on number 7, Fernando Barrientos. And here we go. Arlington resets. Naylor sends it back to his old Stratton team classmate, Aiden Connolly. And Aiden gets it over to Keegan. Keegan with a good touch, gets it out wide to Rand. Rand bringing it back to the middle. And you can see the physical nature as the Reading players are stepping into the Arlington players as well. So right there, Johnny Pang, a definite foul. Looks like it was sold by the Reading player a little bit. But a dangerous spot here, so we got the replay coming up right here.
A little bit theatrical.
You can see a pretty soft touch based on the replay there, but definitely so sold by the
Certainly
Reading player.
Certainly a foul, but
good call by the ref, but yeah, definitely the crowd sort of got into it from the extra cell there. So there's an entry going far post, dangerous play, but Shea covering it. Well played by Reading right there. Excellent entry, and Shea in his spot marked it well and didn't even have to move to get the ball. Watch, and we got the replay coming up in just a second, I believe. And Rand trying to let that ball go, but the ball stays in, and he gets it over to Connolly. Connolly with a nice little touch. Gets it over to Johnny Pang. The Reading parents calling to push him back from the Arlington defense.
I would like to think that Arlington's experience in these tight games this year, as I'd previously mentioned, winning a lot of them by scores of 1-0, 2-0, will help them in this case. But Josh, I have to say that Reading is certainly is posing quite a bit of a challenge for these boys to crack.
Well, and one thing I do think that Arlington has done well, they have not rushed many of their games. There's only maybe 1 or 2 games that have been close where they sort of had a sense in the last 5-10 minutes of a little bit of that sort of classic angst or desperation. I'm seeing maybe what I'm seeing from Arlington, this sort of extra physicality they're pushing in has the feeling a little bit of that. I'm getting desperate, so I'm trying to put a little extra body on a guy. So if Arlington is able to maintain composure, I think they might, with the Reading player sort of overcommitting, like right there, they might be able to create some space. And Sam Neal takes it, and that sails a little high and wide. But right there, I think the Reading players right now, I'm seeing them overcommit a little with that physical nature. So if it works, we got the replay right here as Sam was able to break away from the defenders, got a clean shot, and it just sort of high and wide. But I think that might be a break that Arlington can get as well. And Johnny Pang tried to get it, but it bounces off him, so Reading throw. So Reading with a couple of substitutions here.
Bringing on some new forwards. Maybe they're going to give those two a bit of a blow before the end of the game.
So Gabriel Borerio, who's a sophomore, came in, and I believe also Chase Daly, a freshman, came in. So some young players for Reading. They do have a lot of seniors. They had 6 or 7 seniors starting tonight's game, but bringing in some sophomore and a freshman. And there's a dangerous ball on the ground. Skids through and just left of the line. Here's a replay right here of this shot. Good idea from the Reading player, I believe Nick, and that just sailed wide. Shea was there to cover.
I'd like to see a little more spirit from the Arlington fans here, Josh. We're watching Reading fans having a blast.
I know it would be.
I see a crowd over there. Maybe we're not getting them in the mic.
I think that's what it is. And great ball by Naylor, gets it into Sam Neal. Great tackle to break it up by the Reading defense. Number 9 from Reading there, Quinn Sinote, a senior who's been playing a solid game in the back there.
He had a very good game in the previous matchup as well. I remember saying his name several times.
But an excellent entry from Naylor right there, getting it past the defenders onto the foot of Neal. Almost onto the foot of Neal, had it not been for the defender, the number 9 there, Quinn, breaking it up. And Peter Clorty with the elbow, a little high. Ref is going to call that one. So again, the sort of unfortunate take. Ref's talking to Peter about that one right there. He said, yeah, your elbow got up. Said a moving screen from his basketball days. So definitely with 22.5 to go, the tensions are certainly high here.
Just to reset the game here, Josh, we have Arlington versus Reading. Arlington wearing maroon left to right, Reading wearing white right to left. 0-0 game. Reading has had a couple of stellar chances which have been saved nicely by Arlington's keeper. Arlington, not as many chances, but they have had a couple of nice shots on goal from distance and a couple of dangerous set pieces that could have fallen one way or another. Altogether, this is a 0-0 game. This is exactly what a 0-0 game looks like. It is fun to watch the intensity of these boys play. And we have 20 minutes of very, very high octane soccer in front of us.
And Reading tried to get the free kick going quickly and tried to cross fields, and they send it down of bounds. So Arlington with a chance to reset with a throw-in deep in their end. Rohan plays it back to Luke. Luke sends it up. Tried to get it bounced over Sam Neal's head. And right here, so Arlington with the throw. Jacob Naylor sends it deep for Sam Neal. Sam Neal battling 2 guys, gets around. Can he get around? He's got the step on him, and he gets it on his foot. Deflected, and right there, almost taken by Arlington. Arlington sort of in disbelief. They could not connect on that one.
Curious to see the replay on that.
right there. Jacob Naylor stepped in to try to finish it. It goes wide. So look at this. Sam Neal getting around his defender who slid. Like I was saying, the overcommitment, and right there, it looks like the Reading defender, last chance behind Clorty,
Recovered
slid
nicely
in to get that ball off of Clorty's foot from behind. Otherwise, that is a 1-0 game for Arlington.
Well, I think that's the key again, Josh, to send Sam Neal, maybe put Dennis Keneally back in there, but particularly putting pressure on the outside of this Reading defense, because that's where they've had some success both in the prior game and today. That play coming from the left, Sam clearly with a step over the defending player.
And Keegan Maxwell gets around his man, and he's got one-on-one right here. He sends it off to Sam Neal.
Nice
Sam Neal with a one-touch gets it back into the middle, but it's broken up by Reading.
Beautiful break by Arlington.
And well played by Keegan to sort of draw the defense and get it onto the foot of Sam Neal. Sam Neal, I think, made the right decision there to try to one-touch that ball, and Luke Hedlund clears it. So Arlington clearly getting some opportunities here the last minute. And again, I think sort of seeing that overcommitment from the Reading defenders sort of sliding in a little too much. Arlington, let's see if they can capitalize here. The opportunities are certainly coming. And Aiden Connolly sends that one. And right here, Keegan gets around his man. Great play by Keegan, but the defender stays shields and the keeper picks it up. Keegan with a great idea, but number 21 for Reading playing a solid game in the back there. Jake Nolte, senior. So Jake Nolte having a good game for Reading in the back. Keegan Maxwell nearly with a beautiful play to get around him. Johnny Peng, good patience on his man. And Fernando Barrientos, look at that pickpocketing, number 13 from Reading. And play in the middle, that feels like we just got a second win from both teams, and the intensity picked up just another level as well.
Keegan dispossessed there, but Keegan Maxwell having a good game at that
and
center
Naylor
pivot.
right there.
Again, that speed down the left, like I mentioned.
Yep, right
He's
there.
Definitely faster than their defender.
He's beaten his man at least 3 times now. And Naylor, I feel like knows that as we've seen him trying to make that connection.
So to finish my thought on Keegan Maxwell, he's doing a good job coming back for the ball, getting the ball and laying it off. Kind of an underappreciated aspect of center forward play. He's doing that in great style today. And also he's a good target for those not only long kicks but also those throw-ins and set pieces.
And Rohan crosses it to Peter Clorty. Peter brings it down the line. Cuts towards the touch. And good delivery on the ground, broken up by number 9 on Reading. But good delivery by Clorty, looking for some guys in the middle. Rand Markovsky gets it in quick. Peter sends it up over, but that's going to deflect out wide.
And here comes Dennis Keneally. Again, attacking with speed down the sides. Out comes Peter Clorty. Pretty fast himself, but Dennis Keneally is extra fast.
And so knowing that you've got speed on both sides now, it'll be interesting to see if Naylor continues to look at Neal, or if he's going to start looking towards Keneally as well. Looks like Reading has done a good job sort of filling the back, but Neal again, and there's Connolly gets it into the middle. Sam Neal deflects, and here we go. He defends off his man and tries to get it over to Keneally, trying to get Keneally that first touch. And Connolly's back, sends it wide, and that's going to go out.
Both Sam Neal and Keegan Maxwell have come alive in the last 10 minutes, which is a good sign for Arlington and not a good sign for Reading.
And I think it has been sort of seen the way Keegan's been setting up a lot of these plays. I feel like with his presence up at the top right now, Keegan has really sort of drawn a lot of attention from defenders. And so right here, as Keegan goes wide for this, and Sam Neal cuts it back to the middle. So Keegan filling in for Sam Neal. Sam gets it over to Naylor. Naylor back to Sam. Saves it on the touch. Gets it over to Dennis Keneally. So Dennis Keneally's got his first touch of it coming back in. And he earns a deep corner or deep throw in. So this could be a Aiden Connolly throw. But it looks like they're going to have Sam Neal take it. Sam throws it up, gets it to Dennis.
Josh,
and
maybe that's...
And
ooh,
that's
that
a
looked like
handball right there.
The ref caught it.
And now it'll be interesting to see if that's in or just outside the box.
It was just outside.
Just outside the box. So my bet is on Naylor taking this.
Yes, did you say you were there with Sam Neal's free kick goal the other day, right?
And it sounds like the Arlington fans are coming alive a little bit.
Yeah, that might be the JV team down there for all I know.
It sounded like some high school students. So ref pushing the Reading wall back. Naylor looking at some options. Arlington's got 8 guys up, and Naylor sends it off the crossbar. Off the crossbar, as close as you could get without putting it in the back. Here's the replay from ACMi. Naylor looking at his option, gets it up over the wall, and just off the crossbar. You know he wants to bring that one back.
Took a little off that one to get it up and down. Beautiful shot. Mark it down, 14:44.
And again, it came from just a very, very quick little lapse. Great opportunity.
This game just keeps getting better and better, Josh.
And Headland plays it back to Shea. Shea just sends it across to Rohan. Rohan, and now we're back out wide. See if Naylor sends Neal. Neal cutting back to the middle. Naylor making the run down the line. Looked for Keegan in the middle. Johnny Pang resets.
Good play.
Luke Headland gets it across to Rand, who's got a lot of space. Dennis Keneally going for the corner. Rand sends it into the middle. Keegan Maxwell tries to flick it over to Sam Neal on a continuation there. Good pressure by Naylor, sort of gets it back to Luke Headland. Luke Headland stepping in here, but broken up by Reading. And then Johnny Pang gets it wide. Naylor tried to get it back into the middle. Rohan getting up, and Naylor, good take by Naylor. Naylor coming in, 3 guys on him, goes down, and it looks like the ref is saying
he called the second.
He called the second foul on Sam, it looks like.
I wasn't sure there was a foul on the first call.
So here
Let's
we go.
Take a look here where Naylor will pick the ball up and
like
dribble
Naylor
into the crowd.
might have sold this one a little bit too much. Potentially could have been a foul, and then right there, very clear trip on Sam Neal.
And here you see on the opposite side of the field, you have Sam Neal. This is exactly where he scored from. Beautiful shot into the upper left corner in the prior game. Right about the exact distance with the right foot on that side, the curl that you can put on the ball.
This was almost a mirror shot of it, and the wall does its job on this one. But that really was about as close to an identical situation as you could from Sam's previous goal.
I think Sam got called for a foul chasing down number 27 there.
So it looks like they sort of ran each other into the Arlington bench.
Yeah.
That's not going to feel good on a night like tonight.
A bizarre hush just came over the crowd, Josh.
I
think everyone's okay. 27 is maybe limping off a little bit, but
it was a strange hush that came over.
And I'm curious if this was a foul. I think they called Sam Neal for the foul.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense there.
Right. So after the ball went into the wall, and Reading won the first ball, and it came out, and 2 of them chased it down, resulting in the foul. Nice step by Rohan.
Take right there. Rohan, little trouble controlling it, but gets it up to Sam Neal off a Reading player.
Nice bit of skill there.
Sam gets it across, trying to get Keneally. Keneally working and just can't quite get the step on the Reading keep. Good heads-up play by the Reading keep. So 11.5 to go.
A little bit of a miss kick there. Let's see if Arlington can capitalize.
Keneally's just not able to get it to a teammate. And good step by Rohan, staying between the ball and his player. Sam Neal cuts to the middle, gets it up to Keegan. Keegan with a turn, good turn by Keegan, but it's deflected by the Reading defender.
That's the hold-up play I was talking about.
Little miscommunication. There's Fernando. Fernando brings that ball, resets. Good call by Fernando.
Take your time here.
Aiden sends it deep across, but broken up by Reading. And here's Fernando. Fernando in the middle. This is a dangerous spot. gets around his guy, sort of bounces off him, sends Rohan, but gets it to Sam. A good step by Reading defender, and it's back to Fernando. Fernando sends it wide to Rohan. Look at that move by Rohan.
It's a great step by the Reading defender. You don't see Sam Neal coming up on the wrong end of many of those plays.
Luke Hedlund with a little space, sends it deep to Keneally. Keneally tried to get up, just couldn't get it. And here's Rand making a run, and there's an Arlington throw deep in the end. Arlington throw deep in the end, and Dennis Keneally going for a quick throw, slows it down a little bit, drops it off to Neal.
We have a sub coming in.
Oh, substitution. Looks like Gideon Lawrence is going to be coming in.
Josh, and I'm wondering if it speaks to the mindset of the Arlington coach and the strategy that Aiden Conley is not taking these throw-ins. Perhaps they're valuing his presence in the defensive end more so than the potential of scoring a goal.
I would agree with that, and I think sort of given the fact that Aiden's still just a couple games back from a long-term injury, coach might not want him sort of running up and having to rush back, just conserve a little bit of energy in a situation like this. But
also, haven't seen Alex Burke, and here we go.
And right after that, as soon as we say that, Aiden comes up to take the throw-in.
Haven't seen Alex Burke in today's game as well.
That's a good point. I wonder. I know there's a lot of sort of illness going around the high school, so it might be an illness thing. And great throw by Connolly, and Luke Hedlund almost able to connect, gets it back, and looks like a little push. It looks like Naylor might have been called for a little push, and we got a timeout. Timeout from let's say Arlington.
I think that might have been a Belmont timeout
or a Reading timeout.
Reading timeout. I'm sorry.
Reading timeout. So
my apologies.
We'll give Reading the credit for the timeout for this one.
So this might be a time to plug ACMi Sports. We have some young men in here doing a great job. They're really getting those replays to us in a nice snappy fashion. And again, ACMi.tv. If you feel like volunteering or contributing, please visit ACMi's website and do so. Because we all enjoy this, but it does take effort from all these volunteers and these students to do so.
And it's definitely not a common thing for high school sports to have instantaneous replay and a crew like this, multiple camera angles. Great crew. Raj, the producer, Raj Katian, the producer, longtime ACMi supporter, has gotten me involved in ACMi, kept me involved, and so we've got a great team. Any of you guys want to come live on the mic for a second? Give a shout out.
So,
all right.
Tell us your name and tell us what you've been doing over there to make this broadcast happen.
Hey, I'm Calvin from ACMi.
Hello.
I've been doing replays, some camera work, some graphics,
It looks great. You're doing a great job, Calvin.
Oh, thank you.
You want to give your friends some shouts here?
Oh, yeah. We got Derek doing the switcher. We got Nicholas on replays. We got some people on camera, too. It's
quite a production, and we're really enjoying it. You guys are doing a great job. So back to the matter at hand. Reading with the kick after the foul by Arlington. They send it past the 50 where it's won by Arlington.
All right, and Calvin, yeah, great job from the whole team here. These guys know what they're doing, and I would be at a loss, but and again, as you said, 8 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the second half. Currently tied 0-0. No call on that, so refs are sort of played advantage on that maybe, because I think that might have been a call that would have gone for a foul typically. So that's going to be a little hard. So it should be an Arlington goal kick right here.
Gideon Lawrence back into the game for Keegan. No, Keegan's out there.
So Keegan, so right now on the field for Arlington, looks like Fernando came out and Gideon took his spot. So Johnny Pang, Peter, Jacob Naylor, Gideon, and Sam Neal in the mid, sort of holding the back down as they have all day. Rand, Aiden, Luke, and Rohan. And then up top, we've got Keegan Maxwell.
Another good play by Keegan Maxwell.
Johnny
having a
Pang.
strong game.
Johnny Peng playing hard, sends it up to Keegan, and here we go. We got an Arlington throw about 25, 30 yards out. Taken by Rand here. And Peter Clardy picks it up, but can't get around his man. Good shield by the Reading defense, and now we're deeper in, and Aiden says, I'm gonna take it, I got it. So Arlington moving 8 guys up. Luke Hedlund using his size. He's pushing up. Johnny Peng dropping back to cover. So actually Arlington keeping 3 guys sort of defensively back, it looks like. And Aiden's gonna send this one, and that's a great throw. Goes wide, off, bounced almost to Peter Clardy's foot. And it's on the ground. Gideon gets it back. And look, Keegan Maxwell with a great take across the field to Peter Clardy, who was open, and you could tell from Peter's reaction, wants that back. We got a replay coming up of this. So watch Keegan right here, gets it on the ground right to Peter.
Shot pass right to Peter.
And you can tell from Peter's reaction, he's incredibly disappointed with that. I think getting that ball in that position took him by surprise.
So at this point in the game, Josh, if you're Arlington, you want to keep the ball down in their end and in their box, and by no means do you want them in your box. As I was mentioning last week's game, you never know. The bounces can happen. Somebody can fall down. The ref can, make a decision. You don't want to have the ref make a decision that could cause a penalty.
Well, and like we saw with the 2 Reading fouls just outside the box, 3 feet, closer to their own end, and that's a PK for 2 PKs for Arlington. Sam Neal battling, takes a strike, and it's in the back of the net. It is in the back of the net. Takes Reading by surprise.
Wow.
Sam Neal, an unbelievable take. And there's the replay. See if we can get it again. Unbelievable work.
He collects the ball on the right and makes a couple moves. The defense was tight.
And here he is, right here. Gets around 1, 2. Gets through 3 guys, and it's a bouncing ball. Yep. Good volley almost off that bouncing ball to get the ball to on his foot. Well done by Sam Neal. A classic Sam Neal take right there.
Here we are again with a 1-0 game.
And this has changed everything. You can see Reading knows what this means, and they are coming back very quickly, but they only have 3-4 guys in the box here. Arlington with 8 guys back deep for defense. Johnny Peng gets it wide, and here's Clardy. Clardy keeps it, and there's an Arlington throw right there.
All right, we're getting our stopwatches ready here, folks. There's 5 minutes and 34 seconds left. Arlington, on the strength of a Sam Neal effort, take a 1-0 lead with 6 minutes left in the game.
Great header by Gideon Lawrence right there, and Keegan Maxwell trying to keep it in, but tried to draw a foul. Looks like he did not, and it's a Reading throw. So Reading actually not showing a ton of urgency right here. I'm surprised. So, it looks like, so the Reading thought they might have had a free kick, and the refs are saying, no, you gotta throw in. And
all right, check.
5 to go. So here is always a dangerous time. And you can see right there, Gideon sort of reaching in a little bit. That was a, potential foul right there. And right there, we might have a foul. No call, shoulder to shoulder. So ref says no call. And Keegan Maxwell looking for the break. But number 21 of Reading does a nice job. I believe that might be, that's Jake Nolte doing a nice job keeping that ball in the Arlington end.
Josh, I see number 10 of Reading, who has the ball, is pressing quite a bit right now.
Number 10, Nicholas Mirogiannis.
He's
and
onside.
Keegan, let's see, right here, brings it out wide. Is he going to play the clock, or is he going for another goal? Tries to get himself and sets it off to Peter. Peter takes a strike and just over the net. Arlington looking, here we come with the replay. Look at Keegan, patient right here, delivers it to Peter, and right there, just over. Arlington getting a corner, and Jacob Naylor getting set up to take a corner right here. This is the shot Naylor has put in the back of the net already this season. Arlington
with 4 guys, they're doing some calisthenics in the back line. Ball goes long towards Sam Neal, who's there
off
over
the head,
back of
and
the defender.
We're going to do this from the other side, so another corner kick for Arlington.
And precious seconds ticking away, Josh.
So by my clock, we have about 3.5 to go. Nice feed in from the ball boy on the far side. Looks like that might be manager Nate Lucian.
Comes the outswinging kick, low, driven.
Low, well defended by the Reading player, number 7. So Arlington with 4 guys back, and again, Mirgianis for Reading playing. You can tell they're looking for him to use. It looks like he has a physical presence. They're looking to get him the ball here. And there it is, right in the middle, and he's making a run, but Johnny Pang just steals that right off of his foot and makes a counterattack, sends Clordy to the corner. Well played by Johnny Pang right there. Clordy keeps it in and gets an Arlington throw. Oh, it's the ref. Oh, the ref gives it to Reading. I thought Clordy might have saved that for Arlington. And here's Connolly, heavy touch, but sends it over to Naylor. Naylor, nice little drop over to Keegan, but a little too much. Nice, well played by Jacob right there, just to get the ball out wide.
I really think Reading is now relying on their individual play a little too much, Josh. I've seen the Reading players try to win the game all by themselves and can't do that. Nice shot by Gideon.
Good little take right there. I agree. It looks like we got a replay coming up right here. So nice little touch by Keegan, gets it off to Gideon just a little bit wide. And I agree with you, Alex. I think they're looking for the guy. They're like, hey, this is the moment we need you, Nicholas, or they're looking for the individual. This is that sort of panic mode, right, where you kind of like, I got it. That you're sort of, but now lots of space in the middle for Reading. Arlington sort of collapsing a little too deep, and they get around. But Connolly breaks that up and clears.
Minute and a half left in the game.
Reading gets it in quick. And they send it deep. And there he is. Rohan gets it off and gets it back to Sam Neal. Sam Neal bringing it wide, sends it up the line. Picked up by Reading at half. And great pressure by Keegan Maxwell. Nice
Very
job.
impressed with Keegan Maxwell today.
And look at Rohan, steady, just gets that ball out. 1 minute to go. Rohan did not let the attacker get around him. Rohan, really solid game in the back. So dangerous here, cleared by Neal.
This could be dangerous.
Reading dumps it back in, onto the foot of Mirgianis. Brings it out wide, still with the ball, and cleared by Arlington. And the Reading players are quick to scoop that up.
This is it, Josh. If I were Reading, I'd be sending everybody up. They've got
30 seconds to go.
Be careful here.
Dangerous play right here. It's crossed and it's missed by the Reading attack. Lucky play for Arlington. Well played by our Reading. And we can see right here, we got the replay coming up. Oh, there's the Gideon shot.
Bullet dodged.
Very much. Reading not going quietly into the end in these last minutes. So right now, this is ref's discretion. We're in
5 minutes.
We are at the end of 5 minutes.
That ought to do it.
Let's see if they might give one more sort of counter here for Reading. Naylor heads it over wide to Neal. Brings it out wide.
Screaming at the corner. And now Arlington throw in. They'll take their time.
Ref checking his watch.
We're all just waiting.
Arlington fan I just heard said refs call an emergency meeting. And so right here we're 5 minutes, 45 seconds into this. 45 seconds over. And it's on the foot of Johnny Pang. And looks like the ref, there it is. What a game. Disappointing result for Reading, but a spectacular one. Well played by Arlington. Solid effort from Sam Neal. Rohan McAuliffe in the back. I still think, despite not scoring the goal, I'm saying man of the match for me, Shea and Rohan in the back. A toss-up between the two of them.
Hard to agree. I don't know if you noticed, Josh, but Rohan did not leave the game, which I don't think you could say for a lot of the Spy Ponders. Aiden Connolly played the whole game back there. Just a staunch effort by the defense. Really really good game from Reading. This Arlington team is just so defensively organized and tough to beat that way. Again, a 1-0 game. It's good playoff soccer. Hopefully it translates going forward.
And best of luck to the Reading Rockets, and congratulations to the Arlington Spy Ponders on this senior night. Great to see all the seniors getting involved, making a great play. We've got the 1-0. Shout out to ACMi. And we've got one more replay for you coming up. I'm going to guess, I think I might know what this is. And look at this. This is the last chance by Reading. Look at that, just barely missed.
Yep.
Peter Clorty using his body to defend against that. And unbelievable work by the team. I think all around a team effort here for Arlington. But ACMi, great job. All the crew, everyone on the cameras, everyone in the booth here, producer Raj. If you want to come out and help out at ACMi, you can look it up at ACMi Sports, and you can watch on YouTube. Alex, always a pleasure to be up here in the booth with you.
My pleasure too, Josh.
All right.
It's fun. Been a good game. And we're signing off.
And we will see you next game.
keep talking.
We're going to keep talking. They don't want to get rid of us, Alex.
No, I'll stay and talk. What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's talk about the what's coming up for Arlington. So I believe is Saturday the next game.
They do play a game at Saturday at 12:30, I believe. And I believe they play Lexington at least 2 more games. This would put them at 10 and 2 and 3 in very solid standing. This can only help their power ranking. And here we see the Reading team coming over to pay respects to their fans, who, as Josh mentioned, traveled down from Reading. Not an easy trip. It's this typical Boston trip. And here we go. We're going to see a replay. Is this the replay of the goal?
Replay of some of the highlights from tonight's game. So there were many of them from the second half. So incredible work by in the second half here. And Alex, looks like we have 3 games left in the regular season. So we've got Dearborn STEM Academy, a Boston public school, coming out to Arlington 12:30 on Saturday. And here come the boys across the field. We're watching the replays here, but boys coming across the field. The seniors leading the way.
First.
Always fun to see that. So they've got 2 more home games guaranteed in the regular season. Dearborn on Saturday, and then Woburn on Monday. And then they're going to close the season out Wednesday up in Lexington. The regular season out Wednesday up in Lexington.
And you'd love to see them creep up into the power rankings to 16 or higher to ensure a home game.
And right there, great ball by the Reading keep on that corner from Jacob Naylor, keeping the ball out of the back of the net. And
these are the highlights from the second half.
And here's Sam Neal taking a rip at it. Right there, going high and wide. Able to connect when Arlington needed. 6 minutes left in the game. Came down to the wire tonight.
A minute more of highlights going, so you guys can keep talking for a minute.
And here just lots. What I noticed is the speed of play and the physical effort all night was really solid.
Here's Jacob Naylor's shot off the post. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
Very close.
Breaks my heart every time.
Pretty soon we're going to pop over to, well, we see highlights of many Sam Neal efforts from the outside, but the reason you take them is so that they go in, and we'll see that happening very shortly. And here we saw the speed from the wings. Really, Josh, I thought the first half was really favored Reading, but the second half a switch was flipped and Arlington took over. Here's the goal.
I definitely agree. And look at that right there. Sort of looks like he caught the Reading keeper a little by surprise. I don't know if the Reading keeper expected him to be taking a shot from that angle or that distance, especially with 3 guys on him.
We're seeing a lot of shots from Arlington in this reel.
And definitely, and shots, sort of mixed across, not just Sam, not just Jacob, but seeing Gideon getting some shots. You see Dennis Keneally coming in really close, putting the pressure on the keeper. So yeah, it's definitely lots of effort. So great team effort tonight. 1-0 win from Arlington against the Reading Rockets. And Alex, we will see you on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Sounds good. So thank you again from ACMi.